Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are in GT Sport at the moment. I apologize, I don't know the name of this track. This is a track that I am practicing on for tonight's daily race that I will be streaming. It is Monday, May 10th. In case you're curious, in case you're watching this later and you missed the stream, it was a stream on Monday, May 10th, so you can go back and you can probably check that out on a replay. But the point of today's video is I want to discuss the new Fanatec gear. Now, I wasn't going to do a video on any of this for a couple reasons. For one, I don't have the new wheel. It's not out yet. You know, it's something that I'm probably not going to get, at least not anytime soon. So yeah, I just felt, you know, what's the point in making a video on it just for the views? You know, so I mean, basically, I feel like that's what a lot of people are doing with it. They're making videos just based on the views. They want the views, they want the clickbait, whatever, all that good stuff. But there's some things that I see in the community that made me think that I kind of wanted to just talk about it a little bit. And also today, again, May 10th, Fanatec has just revealed a new CSL pedal set, and it's kind of huge, guys. Everything that they're doing is pretty huge within the sim racing community. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the CSL DD first. And the biggest thing about it is that, you know, they're like, hey, it's affordable. It's $349, and that does sound very reasonable. But you really have to remember, guys, that $349 gets you just the base. That's all it's getting you. When all is said and done, if you're new to Fanatec, of course, if you're like me and you already have like the CSL Elite, you know, then you could just upgrade the base and be done with it. Although I should point out, the CSL DD is not compatible with Sony. As of right now, there is no affordable direct drive wheel for Sony PlayStation customers, and I really feel that they missed the mark there. I really feel that if you can't release something for all platforms, then you just shouldn't. You know, why would they want to leave out a whole community of people that really want the wheel? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I understand that there's issues with Sony, and I know that it's going to be more money if it's a Sony branded one, blah blah blah, whatever. Still, you should make it available to everybody at the same time. And what I really feel about this is that this could be a huge thing for Thrustmaster if they have a direct drive wheel in the works, and they have one that will be compatible with Sony. If they could get that out before Fanatec, then I feel that would be very beneficial on their part. Now, another thing we have to think about when people talk about Fanatec versus Thrustmaster. Thrustmaster isn't just into sim racing. They don't just make sim racing gear. They make flight gear, they make controllers, they make a lot of different things. So you have to keep that in mind, because I see that a lot of people compare the two, but Fanatec, from everything I can tell on their website, they specialize in nothing but sim racing gear, wheels, pedals, stuff like that. They don't do anything else. So the CSL DD direct drive affordable wheelbase, when all is said and done, if you're new to Fanatec and you need to get a wheel and you need to get pedals, you're still talking probably in the $700 price range. And that's not cheap by any means. I don't see that as cheap. And you can still get a Thrustmaster for that $350 to $500 range. Yes, it's belt driven, but it's still an affordable option. So I really don't feel that Fanatec is going to take any business away from Thrustmaster, honestly. Those who are looking for the next upgrade and are willing to spend that $600 to $700 for something, then obviously the CSL DD, and if you have an Xbox or PC, is huge. It'll be a huge upgrade, and it's going to definitely be a game changer. Now, they do have a DD in the works for Sony. Have no idea what it is. They haven't really said anything about it. Obviously, there's no sense in talking about something that they don't have yet. So that makes perfect sense. So let's move on to what they announced today with the CSL pedals. Now, with these pedals, what makes them so special is that, first of all, the CSL Elite pedals that I have, it's an all-aluminum base, all-aluminum construction. These are steel. This is steel construction, so that ups the game even more. And the pedals have Hall sensors. So no more potentiometers, no more moving parts. And also the CSL pedals start at like $79.95. So that is just a crazy price for those pedals. These pedals are going to blow away Thrustmaster's TLCM. Absolutely. There's going to be an upgrade for load cell brake, which, is a must. Honestly, guys, if you're thinking about upgrading anything and you can only afford one thing, I would say upgrade your pedals and get the load cell, because that makes all the difference. So even with the load cell pedal add-on, these pedals are probably going to be pretty affordable, and they're worth it just for the Hall sensor alone. No moving parts means nothing can break, nothing can wear out. And it's just, it's huge. It's huge. These pedals, I feel, are actually bigger than actual CSL DD base. Honestly, I may even upgrade my pedals to these when they come out. You can even customize them. There's like different plates you can put on them. The actual, what do you call them, pads, I guess. You can move them up or down. A lot more flexibility with the new pedals, I must say. So another thing I want to talk about with the CSL DD, going back to that, is the fact that you can buy basically two different versions of the base. One's going to be a 5 Newton meter, and the other is going to be an 8 Newton meter. And I guess that the unit has the potential to be 8 Newton meters, but you have to unlock it with a special power source. So I've seen a lot of people kind of not happy about that. But the way I see it is that choices are good. Choices are a good thing. And, maybe 5 Newton meters is all you want. Maybe it's all you need. Maybe you don't want to spend, or you don't have the $100 or whatever it's going to cost more to upgrade it to the 8 Newton meters. I don't see a big deal. And I'm going to tell you why. The CSL Elite is 6 Newton meters. The Club Sport is 8 Newton meters. And guess what? The Club Sport costs more money. So if you're on PC or Xbox and you're thinking, I really want a belt-driven wheel, a good, and I want a Fanatec, but I don't have that extra money to spend, then you're going to buy the CSL Elite. Or, if you do have the money to spend and you want the more powerful motor and stuff like that, then you're going to pay a little bit more and you're going to buy the Club Sport. It's the same thing. I don't really see a big difference. They already offer two different bases that have different qualities, and they have different motors, and they have, one has more, one has less. It's fine. I don't think that's a big deal. Again, guys, though, like I say, if you're coming from Thrustmaster and you want to change ecosystems to Fanatec, it's still going to cost you a pretty penny, right? It's still going to cost you a pretty penny. The cheapest wheel that you can buy through Fanatec is like $200. So right away, add $200 to the 350. You're going to need the pedals, so you can go with the new CSL pedals. I don't know when they're going to be released, but if you want to go that route, those are going to be starting at like $80. But that's just a accelerator and brake. You got to keep that in mind. Mostly everybody is going to want the load cell pedals. So I know as of right now, the load cell kit for the CSL Elite pedals is like $150. I don't know if it's going to cost that much for the new set. I don't know how they were able to reduce the price on the new pedals. So if they reduce the price on the new pedal set, perhaps they're going to reduce the price on the load cell kit as well for it. I don't know. Honestly, if there's anything I was thinking about upgrading, it was going to be my pedals to the was a V2.5 or something like that they're called. I was thinking about upgrading to them. But if I could get a cheaper set that have the Hall sensors and they're made of steel, I'm thinking it's kind of a no-brainer because I don't really need those vibration motors on the V set anyway. Because everything that I've heard about them is that they don't work that well anyway. And honestly, on console, I don't even think those would work on console because I don't think any of the games on console would support something like that. But these are all just things that I was thinking about. And like I said, I wasn't really planning on doing a video. And I'm not doing this for a ton of views or like to be clickbait. I just wanted to explain a few things. So now that we got that stuff out of the way, the only other thing I really want to talk about is the power of the CSL DD. Now, it is only 5 Newton meters or 8 Newton meters. That is a far cry from most of your direct drive wheels. I think the DD1 comes in at like 17 or 18 Newton meters, and DD2 is like 22, 23, somewhere around there. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure that's where it is, but I could be off by a few. But the thing is, with the direct drive wheel, you're getting direct drive. So in other words, what that means is that the steering wheel is connected directly to the motor. So you are going to still feel things better. It's going to be like a high-def version of a belt-driven wheel. Okay, things should still feel better. Actually, the 5 or 8 Newton meters may actually feel more powerful, too, because it's on direct drive. It probably should. The biggest advantage with the direct drive wheel is that there's no moving parts in it. You don't have gears, you don't have pulleys, you don't have belts, so these are all things that they won't fail. The less moving parts in a thing, the less chance of something failing. And also, it doesn't even have a fan. So that's another thing that you don't have to you have to worry about breaking or breaking down. And that, I would say, is the only thing that I am curious about. I do understand how heat sinks work, and I do understand that it's a heat sink, but in the back of my mind, I'm just like, how is that really going to work? Is that really going to work? Is overheating going to be a problem on this without a fan? Only time will tell. We'll have to see what happens when the wheel comes out. All I can say, though, is it's a pretty exciting time for people who aren't looking to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get into sim racing. I mean, once they release this and we have a direct drive wheel in that $600 to $700 range, because like I say, you have to have a wheel rim, you have to have pedals, so you have to factor that in. But now I do feel that this kind of forces Thrustmaster to do something, and Thrustmaster is known for always having like these bundles, right? Mostly all, I mean, you can buy their bases separate, but they always have these bundles. So, Thrustmaster, man, they may come in and a little cheaper because their wheels are a little less quality than some of Fanatec's, I would say, just by what I've seen. So if they can come in with a little bit cheaper wheels, and they can come in at that maybe $500 price range for a direct drive system that gives you a wheel and pedals, now you're talking. Now you're talking competition, and now you're talking a lot of happy people. But again, like I say, I don't think it's going to discourage anybody. And just as a final thought, guys, if you just bought a CSL Elite or even a Club Sport, personally, I wouldn't worry about selling it right away to get this CSL DD. I mean, if it's something you really have to have, if it's like, you really have to have a direct drive wheel, and that's really what you've always wanted, then by all means, go for it. But I really wouldn't get too excited, and I wouldn't go selling off my my current wheel as of yet. I would say give the thing a year when it comes out, see how it does, see the reviews, see how people like it, see what kind of bundles they come up with. I'm sure we're going to be seeing new wheels and stuff like that for it. Who knows what they have on the horizon? They may be redoing everything. We might be getting new handbrakes, new shifters, the whole thing. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. And like I said, I wouldn't go crazy. I wouldn't go selling my current gear for this. I would wait and see what happens with it. See how it is. See what kind of bundles they have with it. And take it from there. So I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Don't forget to join my Discord, guys, because I had the schedule up in there of my live streams, and I put in there what we stream on each stream, so you guys will always know. Mondays are race nights. Again, tonight I'm going to be doing daily races and some GT League stuff. If you want, you can join me tonight. It's around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there. Hope you're all having a great day, and we'll see you next time.